All right, kia ora everyone. It's Nathan Rose here in beautiful Auckland, New Zealand. Today I'm going to take you through how to use PowerFx in Copilot Studio. So I posted on LinkedIn about this a few days ago. I thought that it could use a carousel, or I thought that I could use a companion video to the carousel post just to take you through how this works because there is a little bit of a party trick to it. So with that said, let me go ahead and share my screen and let's get into it. All right, so this is Copilot Studio. I've got a Copilot called PowerFX Test, and what it's going to do is it's going to use this preview feature called generative actions, and it's going to get the forecast for tomorrow. So let's go ahead and test this thing out. So I'm going to put my prompt in here. This is coming from the generative action. We'll get into that shortly. But basically, do I need to bring an umbrella tomorrow? And so we'll ask it. Unfortunately, I have found that you do need to prompt it a few times with these generative actions. It is still a preview feature, so hopefully this will get fixed as as this approaches GA. Let's try this again, but it is a little bit of a frustration when you are using these things, but par for the course when you're working with preview features. Okay, so it's picked up. What's the location? Let's choose my location, Auckland. And it said tomorrow's forecast is mostly sunny. We have 0% chance of rain, and so I won't need an umbrella tomorrow. Very cool. All right, let's pick another location and let's prompt the bot again. And we'll try again. So you see this is triggering these generative actions can be a bit of a mission. Sometimes I find talking to it like a caveman actually does better than a beautifully crafted prompt. Let's try that. All right. So it's asked for a location. Let's put in Tokyo. Now I chose Tokyo because it is meant to rain there tomorrow. And you can see tomorrow's forecast is light rain. Chance of rain is 55%. So you will need an umbrella tomorrow. Okay. So you can see that I've used data to output different responses in the Copilot. How did I do that? Let's go behind the scenes and I'll show you. All right, so in my generative action, you can see this is one that's been created for the MSN Weather connector. And I won't go into a lot of detail on generative actions. There's some great YouTube content from Dwayne Robinson and some others on how these work. But what we'll do is we'll delve into the PowerFX side. So this is our model description. This is my understanding is this is what's meant to prompt it. But as you can see, we've had some issues there this morning. Um, Now PowerFX comes into play in the output. And so this is the message that I'm sending. And you can see I've got tomorrow's forecast for a variable parameter here for my input location. And when you click on this sometimes brings up the PowerFX editor, sometimes doesn't. So um, yeah, I was hoping to show you, but unfortunately, you're just going to have to take my word for it. So this is taking the input location that we put in here in the Copilot, and then I've got my output in terms of the caption for the forecast tomorrow, the predicted rain precipitation, and then I've put in this if expression here to say, there we go, it's popping up for me now. Okay, so that's not the one I want. I want this one. There we go. Okay, now it's working. All right, so I've used this expression to say If the daily precipitation is less than 49%, say that you will, or is greater than 49%, you will need an umbrella tomorrow. If it is less than that, you won't. So this is kind of a cool way to use PowerFX to infuse a bit of personality into your bot based on the data that's coming back from these generative actions. So now you can see that this doesn't, the PowerFX expressions look like PowerFX expressions that you would have used in Canvas apps and low-code plugins, but this output looks a bit like an email template. So what I found when I worked with this the first time is, I'll just bring up a notepad and I'll show you the PowerFX expression that I tried to use. And so this is the way most of us are used to working with PowerFX. Is I wrote an if statement and then infused, I used string interpolation for my input and output parameters from this generative action. This doesn't work. So what's interesting is, the data points are correct, but it's basically going to show up looking like this in the bot with just with correct data. Actually, let's go ahead and I'll show you that now. So you've seen the happy path. This is the way you're meant to work with it. Let's clear this out and I will show you what it looks like when you let's pop this in just so you get an idea. So we're going to say PowerFX, pop in my PowerFX expression, insert. Okay, so this is the way I thought it was meant to work. This is the way I'm used to working with PowerFX in other parts of the Power Platform. But I'll just show you what this looks like, just so that you know not to do it. All right, so we've saved our topic. Let's go ahead and refresh our test canvas. So do I need an umbrella tomorrow? All right, let's try caveman talk, umbrella tomorrow. So try this again. Oops, if you spell umbrella correctly. There we go. Okay, let's try Auckland. And so you see that we get this, it's not this PowerFX expression, it's not formatted correctly. However, if you look in here, we're getting the data points. So what's really interesting is, so this, it's not respecting the string interpolation. You can see I've got my PowerFX elements here, but it is pulling in the data correctly, which is really interesting. So I get my forecast, my predicted rain, and I get, and okay, and but what it's not doing is it's not respecting this if statement. So yeah, so kind of interesting, but definitely not. This is not the way to use PowerFX in your Copilot Studio. So when you're when you're using PowerFX to configure an output, I would think Canvas app. So again, you would say tomorrow's forecast will be, and then you come here and insert your topic dot output dot response and so on and so forth. So, and it's this one. And then for the next one, same thing. So, and the rain will be, and again, topic. So you get the idea. This is how it works. Now, what's really cool is if you notice here, say topic, I can use either input or output parameters. So I can specify, so I can grab stuff that the user has input into the Copilot as part of my PowerFX expression to craft a message back to them. And I can use outputs from this generative action that's calling the MSN Weather connector. So pretty cool. So this is how you use PowerFX in Copilot Studio. Again, think email template. You're going to need to type out the response that you want and then input PowerFX through that response for the variable parameter values that you've got in the response. Hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Go do something awesome on the Power Platform today, and I'll talk to you soon.